Merry Christmas Eve, Madcap Toys fans. You are back at the Christmas Cottage in Madcap Toys. I hope you are having a fantastic holiday so far. But before we begin, if you haven't already, what are you doing? Subscribe to the Madcap Toys family. We want you to be a part of us. Also, make sure you hit the bell for all notifications, because each and every time we upload content, of course, you're going to be the first to know, and comments, you know we love them. So please, please, please keep them coming and coming. So, I bet you are busy getting things ready for the holiday, or you're probably already ready. You're probably celebrating right now, right? Eating those Christmas cookies, getting that turkey carved or the ham, and all of those lovely things that you do best. And maybe you've opened a couple of presents already. Who knows, right? Some people do open presents on Christmas Eve. I thought we would do something special today to just try to have some content out today and just share with you some things that we did sell on Poshmark and Mercari today. And I just wanted to bring up also a subject when it comes to the specific niche that you sell in. And let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on that. So we're going to speak about some items we sold on Poshmark and Mercari, and we are going to start getting into it. So let me ask you this. First of all, engage with me on what you sell normally in the comments below, right? Whether it be toys, whether it be media, whether it be comics, whether it be home and garden, whatever it is, clothing, shoes. Let me know about that. But also, too, I want to kind of find out what your thoughts are on thinking about selling outside of your niche. Now, it wasn't too long ago, about a year ago, Daren and I had done some talking, and a couple years before that on another type, that we thought, you know what, we love our toys, we love our vintage, we love our collectibles, not stopping there at all. We were talking about what could we do to expand our our income, our finances, our selling gross, if we were to check into another niche. So a couple of years ago, as you guys all know, if you've watched us religiously, if you haven't, you need to binge watch us, especially right now if you're on Christmas break, that we started getting into purchasing pallets and get these items at really, really low prices, whether it be home decor, whatever, and selling them online. It was a little scary for us at first because we knew nothing about buying pallets, let alone did we know if these things were going to move like we wanted them to. So we tried it. So we started doing that, buying a pallet here and there, listing them all, putting them all at prices, and things were starting to move. So in the last few years, if you've seen, we do have home and garden up, we have home decor, and the list goes on and on, clothing, shoes, etc. And we regularly sell these items. And then over in the last year or so, I'd say late 2024, early this year in 2025, we decided to start purchasing media. So big lots of DVDs, CDs, cassette tapes, vinyl records, etc. Whether it be from a pallet buy, because there are sources that do sell them in pallets, whether it be where, like I said, we do have a couple of local people that have us on their speed dial that will let us know that they're ready to liquidate a bunch of used DVDs, CDs, etc. Or going to retail arbitrage at a place that sells media but at really low prices, etc. So again, I'm glad that we did that. It was scary for us because, again, we didn't know how the market would be, but we did try it, and it was good for us. It was something that, at least right now with Madcap Toys Plus, which we have a lot of media on the Plus eBay only because I don't have as many available listings as Daren does, because he has the premium store on eBay and I'm just the basic. So I have more of the media on there because of the fact I have more of those, those fixed price things that are geared for media where you don't get charged listing. They basically give you this many thousand. So I could list on there up to 11,000 items, with 1,000 items just being, toys and collectibles, and then 10,000 items being media or trading cards or what have you. So it works more in my favor to have the higher media side on there because I have less listings, unless I do pay for the higher store and start going premium, which eventually I'll have to do probably anyway. But it was scary, but we went ahead and did it and found out it was good for us. It's something that we keep. You notice how a lot of times if you have a retail or a fast food restaurant that will try a new menu item or two, they may have it for a limited time, but they want to try it to see if the crowd will accept it or not, or take it or not, or indulge in it. And then they decide, is this going to be an item that's just a one-time around, a one-hit wonder, so to speak, or if it's going to be something that's going to be put up seasonally, like the Shamrock Shake in March at McDonald's, or the McRib in December, or if it's just something that they think, and this is a rare thing, because they don't just add a menu item and just leave it on there forever, that they want to put on their menu continuously. Same thing in the reselling world. When you go into a niche, you want to kind of find out, will this niche add-on really work for you? So that's something to consider. I've had a couple people reach out to our communities and actually post pictures of currency or costume jewelry and let us know, we're going to try in 2026, they say, to kind of, keep our niche, the big niche, solid, whatever it is, but we're going to try a new category and see where it takes us. Never be afraid to try, right, guys? Because we get so comfortable in the niche that we're in that a lot of times we don't know if there are other categories that could help us out and increase our income or what. But never be afraid to try something, and always try when you do try something out. You can always try, if you're afraid of it, to maybe just buy a few items in it and see where it takes you. So I've had folks say, this year in 2026, we are going to dive into a little bit of the costume jewelry category, or the currency category, or foreign currency category, paper currency category, or we're going to try to do a little bit of discounted clothing or shoes, etc. So find out if that works for you, if trying a new niche outside of what you have, or a new category outside of what you do within your main niche, would work for you in 2026, would add the income. Now, there may be many of you out there that say, no, I'm good. I like to stick what I got. I know what I have. I know what I've got in it. I know the selling and how much I can sell every year. Not interested in branching out. And that's perfectly fine. You don't have to do that. But if you are looking to do any kind of expansion, it may be something that you might consider. I know we had tried that over the last year, 1 to 3 years, and it's worked out for us pretty good. So might be something that you may consider. You never know. Let me know in the comments below if you're willing to take a shot at it. We are going to start out, and I've got people already texting me already. Someone's sending me something on eBay. Let's get to it. So we're going to start on some of the items that I sold this past week on Poshmark. And then I may throw a few Mercari in, because I've sold items, but it's been in bulk and it has slowed down in the last couple of days. So I'm going to mix in some Mercari with it as well after I get through these 5 here. The first one, Cat and Jack. See, we sell clothing, right? Cat and Jack Boys Space Solid 7-pack boxer briefs. Size large, and these were mint in package. Of course, I think I have a few packages of these left that I've got or had received in a Target pallet. But this particular one on Poshmark sold for $10 plus shipping to boot. So really good there. So got that already out into shipping. It still looks like it's in transit. Next up, something that we got on a retail arbitrage, I believe. From Gabby's Dollhouse, this is a cutie. I wish I had more than just one, but I only had one of these in package. Gabby's Dollhouse 14-inch Cakey Cat. So adorable. Huggable plush, brand new in box. Yes, it was in a little box area on the bottom of the plush. And this cute little plush sold for $33 plus ship. I really, really did well on that particular one. So adorable. It kind of looks like Hello Kitty, the way that it looks, doesn't it? But it's not Hello Kitty, but it's pretty close. Next up, I found this one. I had to dig to find this one. This one was unskewed, but I found it. Took me a day or two, but I got it. From Ghostbusters Plasma Series, glow-in-the-dark Peter Venkman action figure. And this one sold for $13 plus ship. And then we're always selling Paw Patrol stuff here and there, especially around the holidays. This particular series was Aqua Pups. So 2022 Spin Master Paw Patrol Aqua Pups Skies Manta Ray vehicle. And this one is still in transit, but should be there before Christmas. This one sold for $29 plus ship. And then lastly on Poshmark so far, we sold something from one of our pallet buys from a while back. We still have plenty of these left. Vivitar 6 outlet safety surge protector plugs, AC wall power strip color blue. And this one sold for $7 plus shipping to boot. So that's all of the Poshmark sales. And we're pretty much caught up on that for now. Again, I am terrible about listing on there. I try to, but I sometimes cross post if I can a little bit on there. And then I only mostly, besides maybe some toys, list clothing, which I haven't been doing clothing lately because I have been pretty busy with all the other stuff, including the online, the live selling that we are going to do in the next few days. So hopefully I will be getting back to that very, very soon. So let's check out a few sales that we sold recently on Mercari. Put in progress over here. Got one bundle that is, I know I talked to you guys about before, and it is still in transit. I'm going to have to check that out and see what's going on there for sure. All right. This one sold, and I had to Frankenbox this one. This one was pretty big. It looks much smaller in the picture than it really was. I was shocked when Daren brought it inside from the toy barn on how big it really was, because it didn't look too big in the picture. 2020 new mitten box from Wicked Cool Toys Halo 4-pack figures. These are like the 12-inch figures. And we did have it pretty high premium, but they just weren't selling a lot, and it took up a lot of space. So Daren gave a good deal, and this pack sold for $25 plus ship. So very, very good on that one. And then next up, we sold a comic. Thank you, Daren, for finding this comic for me that day when it's kind of cold and I was in the middle of packing a lot of toys. 2009 IDW Comics G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, Snake Eyes, #4 cover A comic book. They asked for an offer and we took it. This one sold for $4.25 plus ship. If you are new to the channel, we always make sure if you're, we're selling comics, we have them bagged, we have them boarded, and we have them in a Gemini comic mailer. This helps keep the comic safe, but also too, it definitely helps minimize any issues as far as damage is concerned. So since we've done that, knock on plastic, we have had no complaints coming from people saying, their comic was damaged because of lack of packaging, etc. So it always turns out really good, and we usually get a lot of praise for how we pack. So very happy about that. And next up, this one was found on the Kathy shelf, of course. Disney Monsters at Work, Duncan P. Anderson action figure. And I have one of these Duncans left. And this one sold for $15 plus ship. And then we got something from a pallet buy. I think it was an Amazon mystery box. We got a bunch of different kinds of stickers. So this one came from a company called Savita. It had 500 plus puffy stickers in them, variety packs. So it had anything from food to toys to bicycles to you name it, smiley faces. It had it in there. And I would have loved this when I was in 6th grade because I was a sticker collecting freak in the late 80s, so mid to late 80s. So this would have been really cool. But anyway, they received 500 plus puffy stickers from Savita, and this sold for $3 plus ship. They got a really good deal. I think I had them listed for $4 or $5, but they asked for $3. I was like, you know what? I've had them for quite a while. Let's get them moved. So we did that. Next up, Hot Wheels still sell, and we sold one from our Toy Tote one that had a bunch of die cast in it. 2012 new mint on card Mattel Hot Wheels HW Showroom 76 Greenwood Corvette. Really, really nice card and die cast car. And this one sold for $5.10 plus ship. And I'm not sure if I talked about this one or not. You'll have to scold me and correct me in the comments from a few videos ago. So I'm just going to shout it anyway. And again, you tell me. I think I know I did this other one, but we'll do this one anyway. Again, I'm sorry if it's a repeat. Daren sold a coin album, but it was an empty coin album, and we did specify that. And I believe we did talk about it. I don't know why it's still waiting from buyer, but we'll shout it out anyway. Library of Coins 1941 Lincoln Wheat Cents Part 2 album, 41 to present. Yeah, I do believe we talked about that one. That one sold for $8 plus ship. Other than that, with Poshmark and Mercari, we've got things pretty well caught up. Funny though, I still have a couple things I've talked in the last few videos still awaiting transit. In transit, check with the buyer to see if they got it. Oh wow, it was shipped back in November 24th. Probably because it was shipped. Yeah, it was shipped. It was shipped in the envelope thing, which you should be able to be rated for that. I may have to contact. It was shipped via USPS first class envelope, and because they don't scan the packages, that's probably why it's still hanging in the balance, because they don't have tracking updates on them. So I'm going to have to contact Mercari, see if it was delivered so we can actually get this approved and paid for and so forth. Because it's saying waiting for ETA. That's the only thing I don't like to do, is doing these envelopes. Since come back here for delivery updates, since envelopes aren't scanned like packages, there's typically less tracking info available for them, and USPS doesn't have tracking on their end. That's so skittish, because I'm sure the person already has it, or they'd be saying something if it's been nearly a month since it was shipped. I would almost guess 110% they got it. We just got to reach out and make sure we get paid for it. It's the only thing I do not like about these sending stuff in envelopes, because they don't scan them, obviously, and that is causing some issues here. So I'm going to have to reach out on a couple of bundles here that are still in a waiting rating from buyers. So we're going to have to do that. But other than that, that's basically all I have for today. I'm not going to keep you guys forever. Again, I know you are in the middle of celebrating Christmas, and I've got to get on it, get some presents wrapped, and start getting some grocery items for the last minute, stuff that's perishable, fresh stuff, so that way I can get our dinner ready for Christmas Day. Yeah, there's 2 different orders that are that were sent via envelope that I've got to check on. That's the only thing I do not like about that, because on Mercari you won't get paid unless you make sure that it's delivered for those. So I'll have to check that out. But anyway, I'm going to let you guys be. I hope and wish and hope all of you that are celebrating Christmas, you have a very Merry Christmas and that you're enjoying eating all that lovely food you guys make and eat and everything that everybody else eats and makes. And you got all the presents that you were looking for under the tree this year. You guys have been super fantastic. And until next video, bye-bye.